Welcome back, everybody, in our series about discovering, living, and walking in the wonderful joy of the Lord. And today we're going to look at it from the angle of when joy needs rest, slowing down to hear God again. What if your spirit is not broken at all, just running on empty? If you were driving down the highway and your check engine light started flashing, you wouldn't cover it with tape and drive faster, would you? You would pull over. Yet spiritually, this is what many of us do. We feel the warning signs, irritability, exhaustion, a lack of joy, and instead of pulling over to rest, we try to pray harder or serve more. We treat our exhaustion like a sin to be repented of instead of a signal to be listened to. Today, we're going to look at why the most spiritual thing you can do right now might be to take a nap. Rest is God's idea, not a weakness. God did not invent rest because humans are fragile. He built it into creation as a rhythm of trust. I mean, it should come to mind straight away, Genesis 2:3. When God rested on the seventh day, the word rest means to cease or stop. It does not mean God was tired. God can't get tired, but he still rested. It means he intentionally stopped working. Rest here is not collapse. It is completion. When God blessed rest, he showed us that stopping is holy, not lazy. Mark 6:31, Jesus says, "Come ye yourselves apart." The phrase "come apart" implies separation. Jesus knew constant demand drains the soul. He invited rest before burnout, not after failure. How many times where he drew himself apart, he went up to the mountains to pray. He got up a great while before morning. So you've just got to recharge. You've just got to have rest. You will burn yourself out. I've just seen it. I've experienced it, right? I've experienced it. But not only have I experienced it, I've seen it. I've just see people think, and we all think we're going to be okay. But it's all the accumulative effect of doing this, doing that. The individually, none of them are big deals. But when you combine everything that we're doing in life and you keep on doing it without the chance to recharge your batteries, you will burn out. And burnout can be quite bad. It can be quite hard to come back from. So take the time to avoid it if you can. By stop striving and trying to do this, that, and everything else. Take the time to find rest. Psalm 23:2, he maketh me to lie down. To lie down beside green pastures, not work harder, not work harder in the green pastures, but to lie down. Means to settle or recline in safety. Sometimes God makes us stop because restoration cannot happen while we keep running. Rest is worship because it declares God remains in control even when you pause. It really is. It really is a control thing, you know. You don't want to rest because you're a control freak. You know what I'm saying? Like no one else could do it better than I can do it. No, this has got to be done. That's got to be done. No, I don't like the way they do it, so I'll do it. Blah, 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 blah. And you will crash and burn. You know, it's not if, it's when. Busyness often drowns joy because the heart cannot breathe under pressure. Joy struggles to survive when life never slows down. Psalm 46:10, be still. That word means to let go, loosen your grip, stop being a control freak, let God. Be still. Hand over control. Stillness is not inactivity, it is release. Joy returns when control loosens. Isaiah 40:31 says to wait upon the Lord. The word wait means to bind together, intertwine. Waiting is not passive. It's staying connected to God long enough for strength to be renewed. We wait upon the Lord. You know, and when you think about our busyness, sometimes we're running around trying to bring it to pass without the Lord, trying to rush the Lord. If I do this, then God will do it. You know, instead of just simply waiting. Luke 10, 41, 42, well-known one. Martha was distracted. Mary was attentive. The word cumbered, she was cumbered with cares, implies being pulled in multiple directions. So how you feel? Honestly, if you're doing everything, you're not resting, you admit it. How are you feeling? You're feeling like you're pulled in multiple directions. Joy fades where attention is scattered, right? Joy fades where attention is scattered. And I quite often say this is just one instant in Martha's life. Sadly, this is all she's known for in modern times. But you read the rest of the story, and she knew about the rest. She did listen to Jesus. It's obvious in her. She was faithful. This is just one moment in her life where she had her priorities wrong. And the thing is, we can do that. And Martha was running around. It just doesn't affect her. See, she was complaining about Mary. Tell her she should be doing this. Tell her she should be doing that. So many Christians are so busy with their opinion of how somebody else should be living their life. It's annoying, right? And then Jesus said, no, Mary's doing the right thing. And so when you're distracted, running around like a chook with its head cut off, trying to do this, trying to do that, in multiple directions, that spills out from you and affects other people. You should be doing this. You should be that. It's not fair that and so on and so forth. You see that. Learn to rest in Jesus. You do not always need to do more to feel joy. Sometimes you need to slow down enough to feel God again. Rest is where we hear God again after noise steals focus. Noise blurs God's voice. Quiet brings clarity back. 1 Kings 19:12 says, the still small voice. You know, that means a gentle whisper or thin silence. God spoke after the noise passed. Joy follows clarity. Like, get rid of the head noise. Get rid of all these activities you think you have to do. Oh, sure, there's things things we've got no choice to do in life. But take the time to focus on the Lord. Psalm 62:1, my soul waits, meaning silence or still expectation. Silence before God is not emptiness, it's readiness. Psalm 37:7, rest in the Lord. How often do you hear it? Rest in the Lord. Mean to be calm or motionless. Trust grows where striving stops. Stop striving. Rest in the Lord. That means you're letting Him lead the way. Joy strengthens when God's voice has room to be heard again. Sabbath hearts rejoice easier than stressed hearts. Rest is not just physical sleep, it's inner release. Matthew 11:28, I will give you rest. I'll give you rest. Come on, how are we living? Jesus says, come unto me, ye who are heavy and laden, and I'll give you rest. He didn't say, come unto me, ye are heavy laden, and I'll make your life even more laden. But you watch us sometimes. You watch how we live our Christian walk sometimes. Where are the people walking in rest? Like they're walking around in sackcloth and ashes. Where's the joy of the Lord? Where's the good news? Stop making our walk in the Lord more burdensome. He came to set us free. He took our burdens. Why are you still walking around with them? Rest here, meaning to refresh or revive. Jesus offers rest that reaches the soul, not just the body. When I'm saying rest here, I'm talking really soul rest. Stop the striving, the mental gymnastics, and learn to rest in the Lord. Hebrews 4:10, entered into rest, meaning to cease striving. Faith rests because trust replaces effort. Trust. When you think about all the effort we go through, especially on religious side of things, where's the trust? It's like we're trying to bring it to pass. We're trying to do it. So many people, without being rude, almost getting God's way. Oh, no. We've got to make sure this is happening, that's happening, this is happening, and this massive panic, and it's got to be done this way, that way, and no, I don't like it like that. It's got to be like we do it when we get visitors to church sometimes. Just think about it. We'll preach that the Lord, before the beginning of the world, knew us, that He went to the cross for us. We've got the Lord Almighty, who's been around more than we can comprehend. From eternity to eternity, we can't count eternity. We can't fathom how far back God goes. And here at this precise time, through all the millennia, millions of years, whatever, the God who's in control, this person comes to your meeting, and you go in this panic, no, it's got to be done this way, no, we need to change this, you think God doesn't know what that person needs? After all those eternity, He brings him to his first meeting. You don't think God knows what that person needs without you? We want to put our best foot forward, but sometimes the carry-on is just like, where's your faith? Where's your trust? God knows what He's doing. The person will hear what they need to hear. They will see what they need to see. Philippians 4:7, peace shall keep. A military term meaning to guard. Rested hearts are protected hearts. Right? Learn to rest. Rest is the soil where joy recovers its strength. Striving will get you nowhere. You'll accomplish nothing striving. Absolutely nothing. Like it's an old saying, like a chook running around with its head off. It just goes nowhere. And that's what striving does. You'll be just running around in circles, feel like you're trying to achieve something, but you will achieve absolutely nothing. You'll make your own life miserable, and you'll make those around you more miserable too, because that's what it breeds. Joy returns when we stop proving and start abiding. Think about an apple tree. A branch doesn't stand there grunting and straining, trying to squeeze out an apple, right? It doesn't stress about production. It simply stays connected to the trunk and the fruit comes naturally. If you are exhausted, it's because you are striving instead of abiding. Joy is the natural byproduct of just hanging on to Jesus. Boy, I hope you take that to heart. I really hope you picture that. Because so often in our Christian life, we are that branch who's grunting and straining, trying to squeeze out an apple, instead of abiding and resting in Christ Jesus. He'll produce the fruit in our life. John 15:4-5 talks about abide. It means to remain or dwell. Fruit grows from staying, not striving. Psalm 16:11 talks about the fullness of joy, being in the presence of God, reflects abundance that flows from presence, not performance, right? You want fullness of joy, it's in the presence of God, not in your work, not in your labour, or as Martha and Mary demonstrated, it's sitting at Jesus' feet. Fullness of joy, in His presence. Galatians 5:22, joy is fruit, not effort. Fruit appears naturally when roots are healthy. Where are you grounded? Where are you rooted? I hope it's in Christ. Joy grows best where identity rests secure in God's love. Final encouragement. If joy feels distant right now, that does not mean your faith has failed. It may mean your soul needs room to breathe again. God is not asking you to try harder. He is inviting you to slow down, loosen your grip, and trust in stillness. Rest is not falling behind, it is returning to rhythm. When you rest with God, joy does not have to be chased. It quietly finds you again. this spoke to where you are, take the next step gently. Click below in the description to download the Joy Reset bundle. It's designed to help you step into rhythms of rest that make room for joy to breathe again. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow as we continue this series of enjoying our walk in the Lord.